Welcome back to the World Breaker project. Today we're gonna be working on the Project Magic Offense, or real name Project Enchanted Capacitor. I wasn't really thinking about using the word project into the just straight up name, but hey, that happened. The last video I talked about this part overview, which took way too long. Today, I think what I'm gonna be doing is I think I should start with the it's either the location or the characters, trying it out. Haven't made an overview yet, so this is 16. 1 2 3 4 5 6. I think I would go for the location today, just to understand where they are and like the general area they're going to be for the first part. So how I want to structure this is I want to introduce the characters, the three characters that's going to appear in the first episode. I would say only four characters I should really talk about. And the location, this one's going to be a shorter one since the first location for this area won't really be as detailed as the rest because you don't really see much about this place. So what I'm gonna be calling it is location. I think the location name has been slightly talked about. I'll apply heading 2 for this one. So now it's location. Then boom, like this. Now it's 11. So as I said here, comes from an older meaning. Blah 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 blah. I want to just copy this and paste this. London. Now I do want to have some pictures for this location. Oh no. Girl will not be as important in the story as much as this story because most of the time this location will not be explored much, but there is some information I do want to paint around the area. So what I'm going to be doing is I might be drawing kind of how I feel about it. So I don't think I can actually no, I can just straight up bring this up. I don't need to be as detailed because it's just the layout map. So there are I would say 3 location in the city. So since it's a cyberpunk London, I will just get like a 1900s London, and I'll just straight up take it. So I want more of, I wouldn't say that, I would say a little bit more with something like this. If I can just copy image, then paste it here, and I'll just put this in bold. 1900s London. A good and instead of me saying this, I do have something else to say this. It will be a city that will. This is an anime where it has some parts of what I want, but a little bit less. It's more in the middle. The anime I'm going to be talking about then is the Oh yeah, I also have to talk about this one. So what I'm gonna do is the profile picture you see right here is Ash Greninja. Makes absolutely no sense, right? Why is it Ash Greninja? You'll find out. But basically, most of my profile pictures will reflect what what I am aiming for. So people might see Ash Greninja and say, "What? Why specifically Ash Greninja?" Maybe it's some certain power up. That's kind of spoiler, but you kind of get what I mean. Not really, because Ash Greninja can also work in the second one. Let's say Ash Greninja has a lot of influence in the first two. I would say the first two characters. But yeah, a a city that has this similar vibe the with this. I want to name the city where most of the on-ground location will be based on this. Would be based actually, how do I say? Well, based on this based oh, it's named. I'll think of a name where it's something generic, doesn't really hurt. So what I can do about what this is, why I choose London. London also has if you've seen a lot of things about magic and stuff like that, like Harry Potter. Oh yeah, why London? That's a good question. I'll get into why London later and England, or shut up England. Why I can call it I know there's something called Zone 9 or something like that, where what is something that magical that can be used as a city. So the city, this is the first time I actually thought about making a location, try to make it a city vibe, because this is legit a passion project. Nothing makes sense. You guys should not care about it as much, and I don't think anyone really cares about it. Like, this is all history about London. I would like to get this deep into it, but I don't think I can think about it. What is something I don't live in London, so I can't really give like a proper English feel. I wouldn't say witchcraft would be the right thing to do. Galecraft is basically similar to witchcraft, but I would say offensive magic would see. What I can call it something. What I can do is Night Mordor Black Magic. This is where the fun comes in. Necromancy over worldliness, animalism, conjuring, illusions. Destruction is sorcery is popular, but entropy. What is entropy? Entropy, the measure of the system of thermal annihilism. Because this world primarily focus on instead of location, I should say location / setting, because I also have to explain about what the people are before I go into the characters, because there is some things about the setting where how like races has different um types of like how the personality like basically the personality trait of a person. So think about an Asian person. People usually find them smart, or then people might call them short. You understand that kind of thing. Well, it kind of sounds. You can call it like stereotypes or racism, but I like to say traits because let's be honest. Try to be try to make something sound negative is boo. No one likes it. A warlock, corrupted. So the tutorial names for witches and mages, Inhumans, uh, names. Let's be honest. Nobody's gonna know Latin. Let's go Latin because why not Latin? Latin is a fake magic. No, sorcery. Ooh, yeah, that's the name. What an easy name to do. That's gotta be the place. Um, which is the okay, it's capital city. Capital city of this. I might have to go back and add more universe type thing. Maybe I have to go back, and so this is probably once I get a little bit ahead of myself, where I'm able to just finish probably season 1. I'll probably go back here, add more information about the universe itself and how it works. The power system, I think I want to leave that for season 4, 5 around there. Although the best place to talk about like I would say after season 3 would be the best to talk about the power system. Though, if you really want to talk about power systems, season 7 is mostly more world building than the rest of the story, since it really focuses on how does the power system works. Because spoiler, let's say there's one power, or I would say technique, or whatever it is, that seems very dominant, where people use it. But how the world works is that when there's a meta, people will follow the meta, but the meta sometimes is not the best way to fight. That's in the future because I'm talking way. More I think I also have to talk a little bit more. I think this is here. The world is basically magic compared to most blah 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 blah. And it will look more of a example for a similar fight. The best sample is of the feeling is my friends are talking here. I'm just gonna text them real quick because there's something tonight. My friends just playing Helldivers. I'm not playing this game. So Cyberpunk more elements is. So I'm gonna go for the Eminence in Shadow. I want to find the wikia of the place, because the universe locations of the Midgar, the Midgar kingdom would be the best to explain. Oh, oops. I think I just have to do. Yeah, okay. V Midgard Kingdom from the Eminence of Shadow. The Eminence in Shadow, which I'm gonna just go back. I should just take this one instead. And go back from the Eminence Shadow. So I should mention the year where this place started. This feels, because it's going to be a little bit more in between modern fantasy, which I mentioned. I should also, which is probably going to be mentioned this. This is a lot of explaining. Blah, 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 blah. So all the stories are blah blah blah. Yeah, there's a lot. That's a lot harder. Background history, because a powerful, formidable, blah 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 blah. Midgar. I want to see the background. Midgar is found. Blah blah blah. Secret. Blah 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 blah. Is there any talks about the actual city location itself instead of just? So Midgar is a name of Midgard, which is referring to home of men. Interesting. Don't really need to know about this. Midgar is a kingdom where Midgar is. That doesn't really help me explain it, but I do want to show the Midgar kingdom. I do want to grab something from what I feel like you could get, because it's not like this. It's definitely a lot more clean like this, but I do want to have like a better. That's probably not the right one to explain. That can work though, but like, I'll try to get a train picture or something. Feeling like. I'll just use this one then. Now I'll copy image. I'll place it in here. I'll place a couple of pictures to understand what kind of thought process I have upon this place. Now Control V. You know what, I'm gonna use this one. Copy image. Control V. I think I have to blur this part though. So I don't think there's gonna be. I got a screenshot from the anime and I don't want to actually show it. So enjoy my face while I look for it, and you're not gonna hear any sound, by the way, because I don't feel like it and I'm hungry as hell. Holy crap! I haven't ate properly. First season of Eminence in Shadow. Oh, you know, I'm just gonna use my main account. I forgot I don't have AdBlocker. I need. There we go. This should be enough. I think. Should be this one. Nope. That's a little bit further. that's a really good one. Actually, no, I don't. I think those two pictures should be suffice because they can't. I can't really find anything about it. So, but I do want to make the pictures a bit small for this one, just so I can actually put some stuff about it. And I'm just gonna make this one smaller, this one storier, smaller, and then put this one Midgard Kingdom, the eminence in shadow. And I spell kingdom wrong because there's no D. I forgot the D. There we go. So the best way to convey is eminent shadow. This city has the old London city feel, but with more steampunk, more modern elements in it. This feels more of this in what's the name it called again? Oh my goodness, Augurium. It will be more I wouldn't say more modern than Midgard with updated technology like cars, electronical devices, and electric trains. What are called cyberpunks? If I can find a feeling of it, I wouldn't say this one because this is a bit too. This art is nice. Like here, I don't really care, but like this is too. I don't think I can call it cyberpunk then, so I'm gonna get rid of the cyberpunk. Bit of a modern future. This is too far in the future, so I'll just call it modern. Bit of modern elements sprinkled in the world. Bit more modern elements. They'll think correct London, but with do I just call it like, let's say London? Is that really what I'm trying to think of? Instead of saying 1900s, I should straight up say London. Carlo, with more of the bill, the olden buildings still. I wouldn't say think current London, but most of the old buildings still intact. Um, no, that would basically what I would go for. But there will still be trains. I'll say traffic lights. So this is the asterisk for traffic lights. This is such a small thing. I don't think someone has gone out of the way to show what a that yeah, but I might just straight up just abandoned it. But you kind of get explore much of the area, but the key places that will be shown the most will be so how old do I want my characters to be? Because these group of characters will be mostly 19, with one character being over the age of 1,000. And that's I'm talking about the four main characters, not the other guy who just tells them to do blah blah blah. Blah. You kind of get what I'm trying to say. Maybe I don't know. Being shown will be this I cannot remember the name. Augurium, that would be the name of the city. I mean, which would be the biggest and main school, the main school, basically the biggest school. I can't really see the words, so I might. Oh, I can't even see it at all. Because my camera's right there in the city. And the auditorium. So, is it all auditorium would be the best. Auditorium is not what I thought. Observatory. Good. What is the name for like the USA place where it has top secret file? That's probably the best I can say. classified information. It's like something pyramid, pyramid, pyramid. The Pentagon. What is the Pentagon? Building classify as. So why I want to say this is the Pentagon is a civil material construction during World. Or is a headquarters. I would say and the and the I would say this secret headquarters in the outer what is the word? Outer scope? Is that the best way to say it? Outer border of this city. So let's see how much 31 minutes, and I got like around this much information about the city in general, or just explaining a little bit about it. So I want to. It's like one page, but it's mostly just images showing about like how I feel about this place. I haven't really talked about the people or anything about it. I think people would be a subcategory for the location to understand the person, like small information about them. Headquarters. Damn it! I wish. There we go. Their headquarters will be more of a dome shape, like an observatory. Which is being guarded heavily by the government. It is speculated that this area is used for testing new weapons and technology to protect this planet. It is so it's shown its headquarters like a dome shape. I will get a think like a pentagon. It also holds a lot of secret and confidential files and information that is not readily available to the public. This place I think I would go for I would not call it. I call it. will be the dome. I do want to actually I should just split these two to out of it. So, but the key places will be shown will be the biggest, most, and this high school, and that should be in brackets here, and the secret headquarters outside the border, named the Dome. And the Dome. Most speculation by this also holds what our characters are trying to steal, which is their proudly, which is it there? No, is there? There we go. The enchanted. It should be a capital C here, and EC. There. Which I will call it EC. Put it in here. At this stage of the story, the EC has just been completed and is used. It is intended to be used to fuel this observatory. This will allow them to save on costs so they can work on different projects that might need a bigger budget, but that might be a ruse to trick. That might be a ruse to trick our main characters. Trick the main characters into what might be the main intention, which is making a universal, a machine that can destroy, is using that EC to power a machine similar to a Death Star to a Death Star. What is the name for the Death Star beam? Death Star beam. Super laser. Death Star super laser. That has the capacity to give enough energy to destroy planets. A ruse. This doesn't make sense, but I don't want to actually give what they're actually thinking about. So I'm gonna just start putting images for this one. I need to explain the school. I should have put more idea of the school. I think would be more like, I won't say this, something more, not Megamind. This sounds stupid, but this basically has what I feel about the area. I would say something Metro City Observatory. Metro. I'll say Metro Man flies to the building. I would say dies. Everyone knows he dies. I don't think I can find the right one, but I would say something more like this. Like this, actually. That's probably the best. No, wrong place. I also should probably link where I got these from. The dome is much bigger than what I can see. It might look as big as it looks. What is this stupid super is there anything I can get a picture? I'd say as the underground. I'll just put bold for now. I think. Why is it all aerial? It should not be aerial. It should be roboto. I can just fix that real quick. Roboto normal. With this one bold. This one bold. This one. Damn it. There we go. Bold. And it has been more heavily guarded. Similar security. Highly secured place. That doesn't really help. then what I can say, I can put in here. I think should be enough, and then I'll put. So this is gonna be what I want to do right here. Location / settings. This is just more of the talking about the random stuff. Midgar, and this also is the city is more isolated than you think. It is at massive. City is more isolated than the rest of the it's more isolated, with one side of the city being the ocean and the other is the forest that contains monsters and held a cave that has some mysterious that was by a cursed until it recently disappeared. Disappeared 10 years ago. No, I think the character's gonna be. I would say I should age. I want to age up this character a bit more than I want. So, what he's gonna be, I want those ones. I would say like give it 2 years. No, I want to make him a lot younger. So I would say around him. I would say to make the main character. Sorry. So this will not make sense for any of you, and I'm not going to explain it. So, if 15, but I want him to +3, no, +4, so it should be a 4 time skip 19. So I want to be 8. So 2012 minus. No, I would say 2004. So if he was, I'd say 2012 minus 2000 would be 12. So maybe I would say 2014 minus 2000. It would be 14, so I would say 2015. So I would say this is 2015. I would say 2015. Year is 2015. And now I have to figure out 2015 minus. So if he's 50, you'll be. This should be 2008. So 2015 minus 2008 should be 2015 minus 2008 You know what? In 20,000, which is 7 years ago. I'll say 7 years ago. Screw it. Disappeared 7 years ago. Nobody knows why. There we go. That was pretty good. And I do want to draw a picture for this one. So this one I can do MS Paint. So my area of like the overview, also this is way too small, put it bigger than this one. So if I want to draw it, I would say the whole city would be like this, with this side being covered in forest. And this sit the with like, I would say the dome would be more on. I'll make it more like this one. Can I just erase this part? So this one would be more. Oh, whoops, that's not the right one. So it'll be like, oh, that's way too thin. Wait, no, it's meant to be a pen, right? Should be like something like this, with the dome being more here. There won't be a beach, although they're near city, and I would say around like this place, houses. I'll say more the main city area would be. Actually, that's too small. I'd say I might just get rid of this. I'll make it bigger. Oh, I can't. So this is what I'll be doing. So this is just like a of an idea of what it's gonna kind of look like. Houses. This is more for houses that don't worry about this one. The main city will be around. No, not this one. Would be around like something like this city. Oh, too far. So just like main city part with the academy. Oh, I'll call it AC. Oh my goodness, that's awful. I might just ask my sister to just borrow her stuff. I'll say school. Oh, so it's more around this one. It's a massive school, as you can see. Main city, houses around there. More living. I would say this is more government stuff. I'm say government area. Say government area. I'll make this one smaller, and then I'm just gonna make this. Well, that's way too big. I know why it's that big. Government area would be around here. I don't want to say it. Then some outer city stuff. Where is it? Let's see. Living spaces. I would say around here. No. Houses. I might just get rid of the whole houses thing around here. So houses like right here. Houses, I do have an idea what I want. So these houses around like this, and have like this. Outer city. City. Lux houses. So luxury houses, more expensive, stuff like that. I'm not gonna explain it really well. And then I'll say more outer city. To city. And then this whole area is the ocean. E-A-N. The whole area is just walled off, so I'm just gonna say save as United Sure. So when I insert it here, images upload from computer, should be in a screenshot then. Screenshot. Save pictures, no. Finished products, no. Where would it be then? Save as PNG. Oh, it's in the Donald Trump. Don't worry about this one. That's for a different video. What is this one then? Then it should be in documents now. Untitled. Rough look of the city in a bird's eye view. In a bird's eye view. In a bird's eye view. Bold. This will not have a beach, and it's mostly have a beach, and it usually cuts off beach. This to divide the forest and the city. There is a pathway. There is a massive, heavily lit wall to prevent any massive harm to the civilian. Might be hard to get into the city by the look of it, but it will. But there is a. You know what? I should expand on this more then. I'll say this would be so if I do that, get rid of that cut, then insert image, wait from computer, save from that. I'll say, no, this does not make sense. So it should be a guided pathway. I might get rid of that. So this is the guided pathway for this. There we go. It's been an hour and 2 minutes for me working on this, and cut this one. A guided pathway, forest, nearest entrance to the forest. I do want to draw the entrance. So around here should be the entrance. I would say ET. Then put this one here. And then where would I put this? Image upload from computer. There we go. There we go. ET is meant to be the entrance for some of the mages to train in the forest. The forest is not strictly prohibited from the public. Although there to get allowed entry to the forest. Holy crap, there's a lot of information. Entry to the forest. But even if you rest and so the forest, yes, you can get away with stuff, but it's basically basic. If you get basically nothing is legal. That's basically a lot more information about the world than I thought I put into. So yeah, the houses around here. I don't really need to explain the houses or luxury houses. I'll say yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna put about this. Do I mention the Pentagon at all? Pentagon? There we go. So that's basically most of the information about the dome. So if someone's seen Teen Titans Go to the movies, I should also put that in the dome area. So this is gonna be I want to mute this, and I'm gonna turn off this. I want to do this for now. Sorry, I had to get a screenshot, but movie let's say the good guys are taking too long, and there's another ad. Of course, it's two ads. So I think I should say Teen Titans Go to the movie. I'll just put this in there. The then I'll probably. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna go back to this one because I don't need to show it anymore because copyright. So I'll draw a bird's eye view for it. So there's a lot of bird's eye view. I'm just gonna get. So what I'm gonna do is start a new one. Don't save. So this one's easy. I wouldn't say. I'm just gonna do this. There's gonna be more of a circular feel. Then with the EC with some blue gloss around it. Then I'll explain that's cameras. Security cameras. And then I'll just do. Nope. Then brushes. That'll be more like. Then I'm just gonna save GGG. Then do this, then insert image GGG. ECC will be and it is something like that, and you kind of understand what I'm trying to say here. There's a lot of geez, there's a lot more information about this location slash setting. Also, I want to name this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 the dome, which has, I want to put format, text, paragraphs, heading, apply heading 3. The dome. So I'm just going to update this thing first. Location slash settings. Then I'm just going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll make it 14 actually. It should be 14. 14 and 14 it will be give this heading 3. Let's go, baby. I'll say the planet. So this is basically one of the, I think the dome is basically this is all the information. Holy crap. I feel like I wasted a lot of time, but hey, that's fine. Look. And what I'm gonna do here is to get rid of some dead space here to allow basically allow this, the dome, and what did I call the and that's not what I was trying to do. Control C, then Control V, get rid of that. Y, make it its own thing. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna talk about.會
你幾點出街啊？
我係
2點鐘要熄電腦喎，因為要慳電喎。
OK，
因為要有個 plan 就話又唔問你出街食嘢啊？唔會煮嘢食咩啊？可能係咩？
我唔會啊。
即係唔會煮嘢食啊？OK 得。
係。
你唔熱嘅咩？
我唔熱啊。
唔得啊！你今日好，我覺得你好熱啊。
Well, I guess I have to. Next. That'll do. So the academy. So this should not be here. Why is it that grey? It should not be this grey. This should be in Roboto as well, normal. Can I just Roboto? Geez, a lot of things I have to fix. Okay, at least this one's good. But I feel like, yeah, it's 11, it's meant to be 12. I wouldn't say mage is a wizard would be the right word, and more in this planet they more offensive magic rather than supportive, and this academy represent this ideology. Court is not really looked down upon, but more of people treat you think you are crazy for focusing on this. They do learn some minor supportive magic, but it isn't their top priority. There isn't really a classism mindset in this planet, but the people with higher mana will be looked on. I should not. I should move that into the people part. Okay, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Insert heading 3, and then we'll put it normal. And then I also have to name the race of the people who live there as well. So I'm gonna. So why I'm doing this, it is to Roboto and will be has a what is the like old build UQ building? So I've been to UQ. I don't really live in UQ, but I think like no, not like UQ. Something similar to something like this actually in UQ. That's QT. No, that's UQ. That's UQ. Never mind. UQ. So I want to bold that part, and it should be Roboto, not normal. Look more like a university, something similar to Akashic. I should use the full name, so Akashic Records classrooms. Whole thing robotic. Can I just I'm only showing the stuff that we most likely will actually, we won't even see this part of it. We don't actually see most of the academy, but I should show the courtyard as well. But what's the name of Akasha? That's the name that I want. So I need to go for Crunchyroll, and you won't play because I don't have you shown. You bastard! You absolute bastard! Oh, yeah, there we go. There you go. Can I just show? There we go. Thank you. Two. I guess I can't really talk about too much about it, but holy crap. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly finish it. So the buildings all connect to each other, and so with the main part has with the thing that connects it entirely straight. So I'm just gonna end it here for now, but I will continue this later, and I'm gonna cut it to I will cut it to the next part. Sorry, my parents just said I had to do some stuff, so yeah. Okay, I am properly back. Okay, so I'm able to write a little bit more. I'm trying to finish this off today, so it's gonna be a very, very long project. So I did talk to some people about this, and I might have to expand a little bit more on this start of it because I haven't actually explained it. It's more talking about this one, especially the people's traits part, that one I have not explained. And also I did remember some stuff that I did not explain very well. It is 2015. The city is not known for the sunshine. It is usually cold but never reached. It has never reached the point where it snows. It is mostly cloudy. This city is more of the northern part of this world. It is mostly cloudy with some sunshine. This place often this caused the city to actually feel something. So the city is also known for their magic, the quality of the magic crystals, where it goes hand to hand with some electricity. The reason why they'll use some of the magic crystals, some electricity, is because magic crystals is a little bit more rare, and in recent times the magic crystals has slowly been just slowly becoming more rare and rare to find the good quality ones. Especially this city is very close to where probably the forest that contains more of the crystals, because that's where where it comes in with something to do with a dragon. The city to city's main reason for was chosen to be the main hub of the planet was because of the quality of the magic crystal, which in recent times has been harder to obtain. There's some speculations, but I already know why. It's pretty obvious. Most of the magic crystals is found in the caves or in the forest. This is the reason why the forest is actually untouched. Untouched. There are some civilization who lives in the forest, but it's mostly dangerous since it's mostly dangerous because it can be lawless and not really being and cannot be monitored outside of the city. So that's basically why. That's some explanation of cities. Then I need to get rid of this. There we go. Then can I move this up a little bit more? Yes, I can. Yes, a little bit more. There we go. I can just string this and boom, boom. There we go. This example is blah 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 blah. The magic. This is the forest part. The government system. Though this I can't really talk about the government too much about it because, yeah, it is a very new. I want to say this here only. It's a very neutral government where there is a bigger plot where this is basically although there's two different types of it. The one that manages city and the one that manages planet. The one managed the planet plus the main city usually goes to a place to discuss proper politics about the planets and stuff. And he's definitely in a more neutral side. And usually in governments, there's always been that one person who governs everything. That does, and sometimes that to change like every 4 to 8 years, depending on what people have to do. But in this universe, there are gods, but they don't really do the politics side. They're it's a little bit different, and they can, and let's say the gods can go out of the law because they basically don't need to follow it, but for the normal people, they still have to follow the thingamajiggy. Then the main person who controls it all usually like the one that governs and basically governs the universe. Number one is a very big job, and number two, that person is definitely actually, I don't really know how to explain it properly, but you can't understand. It's like a normal government system, but that guy has to govern the entire universe. Not really. It's more to the part where he's here to keep the planets in check, where they don't have a planet going rogue against them. If you understand what I'm saying. And that guy is probably chosen. It has to be based on strength, because if you're not strong enough, you're dead. Straight up in this world, if you're not strong, you're dead. I want to talk a little bit more of the magic crystals somewhere. Stop devious things from happening from the building. They don't really have a mining facility, which in most of them, there is a mining facility, but it's definitely in a different part. Like, maybe the mining, it's more up north than this place. Holy crap, there's like no information here. There we go. Then, there we go, make it smaller. There we go. I did mention something about trains before. Trains. So traffic trains, most of the train systems are only underground and protected above. ET is meant to... Most trains are to protect... of the in this universe, I also have to mention. Maintain and there we go. Then it's Louisville Entertainments / tournament, or to settle disputes. It depends on like the depending on how big, depending on the, it should be on the situation, depends what they can be provided, which all had to be set up through the government. there is a very popular way to and is called, I do want to call it special because it's meant to be something called like a one move. So the whole goal, they only have one move to do unless they draw that to do it again. Is like so what is one in Latin? I can't even spell one. Honest. Unus Magico. Where it is where each side uses this and whoever can overpower the other's magic wins. If they draw, it will repeat until it wins one. That's fun. That's a little thing I just made it up. There we go. Just a little thing that really doesn't matter. Disputes. All is mostly powered by. They still use if it need to be. That's basically some of the explanation of this magic crystals. So electricity is used. So yeah, so this one would explain. Although it's been using electricity, it's still magic crystals, but the magic crystals has different. So how they use magic crystals differently for that one is magic crystals. They use it for more of not powering the world, but like powering the city, but more powering certain stuff. Like if they want to heat the, so since this area is quite cold, but they want to heat it up a bit. So it was originally very cold, but they're able to heat it up to the point where it's more bearable, and they can put it in a more aerial effect where it can do something like that. Or if they really want to use magic crystals, they can use it as a protection barrier. So if they connect it to a building, the building will be coated by the magic crystal that allows them to is not going to be easily broken. To like you can't really damage the building, but what they found out is that they need to use electricity for some stuff. Like they could use it to power let's say a PC, but if they really want to power the PC, it still needs to require it still can like the whole other places have adapted to electricity, and if they want to import something like a PC, they can't really run it. So the city had to adapt. But what they found out, what they can do instead of using like power plants or windmills or water mills or anything like that, they found out a way they use magic crystals to emit electricity. And I found out that this way is a lot more easier instead of using everything to power the city. Because instead of using like 20,000 magic crystals all around the city, they use maybe like 10 very strong, potent, emitting thunder, electricity magic that can run the whole city. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Where is it? This whole thing is kind of falling down. So, getting rid of this. So let's go back. Powered by magic that are emitting electricity. Thunder match. So since the enough to that's basically the whole like understanding the magic crystals, and that is a hell of a lot of information. That's a very fun explanation I did. I also put more stuff in there. So what I'm trying to say is allow mages to be so there's a Shokugeki no Soma so the training arc, there's a specific one, I'm not, so the training camp arc, I want to say the final part where Soma gets so unfortunately, so 5th day cover the whole, but start at first. Oh, that's one next day. That's some small things about mages, strong mages. Am I spelling mages wrong? Maybe this. There's also a place where I say house. Restaurants. Okay, I think that probably explains enough about it. So I think this is probably a lot of information I just spewed into. I want to see how much words I have. 3,200. So this whole thing, if I want to talk about locations, I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Preferred. So they're more Gaulders. Is a top priority. Non. So I should really just. So what I'm trying to say here is they have a higher affinity elemental magic, so they could use normal offensive magic, but elemental magic it's more high, it's more potent, allows them to that's basically the explaining. Energetic and comparing to Earth, they have a higher. So they have a strong body, but the reason why it's usually called weaker is because they put too much time on magic that they neglect their own body. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not talking too much because I'm very hyper focusing on it, but you can definitely read what I am writing, I think. Oh crap, I accidentally opened this. That's a no. Let me just hide it first. Hello. So what I'm trying to say here, this race is basically called Galdors, highly proficient in magic, mostly offensive elemental magic because they have a high affinity for elemental magic. I'm not gonna explain how the elemental magic works and all these stuff. They do know minor supportive move, but it's not really their top priority. They're not a big fan of it, and also non-elemental offensive magic isn't for them because if they already have a potent affiliation to element, they basically have a better they're basically more just. So a body has different charts of elemental magic, how their stats work. Their stats for how high they can go with their magic, their elemental magic is higher than, say, a normal person. Higher affinity, which I said. They're usually very interjecting and passionate, especially with magic. But because they have a the there are a group of them. There's still a group of so I was. So that's basically kind of a little bit about them, but I do want to talk about a little bit. So this is just about the Galdors, but specifically I want to talk about these people right here. that's basically what I got. I want to give them a little bit more traits. So I would say so that's another thing. They're more universal because I mean, which kind of makes sense since they're already one of the major cities. This freaking word is so much so usually outside of this place they more heavily rely on magic crystals, but in this area, like this main city, it's more there's an in between of both. I think I should put this in the world building part. So yeah, holy crap! There's a lot of information of that, and this is just 50 minutes of it. Just me just talking, just me just writing it down. Sorry if I'm just only just writing because there's a lot of things about. But I do want to give a special mention of what makes Augurium different from a regular one. Galdors. What can I say? Is so that's not what I really want to talk about per liberal. So I would say this is more of a so this is most of the information. Since most of the so what I'm trying to say is since most of the so what I'm trying to say is since most of the stuff are given to them, they don't have to work. The mages can more focus on doing doing magic rather than having to do labor. So outside, they still have to do a lot of like traveling. They have to do a lot of work on it. They still can practice magic, but they don't have access to proper technology, and so which I think I mentioned there. So what I'm trying to say is that we'll have to worry about. So there is still technology outside of it. They still have access to it, but it's not as much as the people who live in the main city. They're more in between something. So this is mostly focused on the city itself. So think about something similar to uh, Eminence in the Shadow, where you see where Sid lives. It's less modernized than. It's still a good place. They probably still have to do some labor, stuff like that. They still have to manage. They don't have time where, unlike something like Orgrimmar, they have everything provided. They're more modern. Like I can sit here in a PC for hours. That's basically what Mages does, but instead of me sitting and just writing some random BS, they are practicing and trying to improve magic, which they forget that, which makes them less, like their body is a lot weaker. They are also more obsessed than the rest. The when So often when the Orgrimmar people meets other cities people, they can they so this planet, they'll all be monolized and they all will catch up. But for the time being, they're not. But and since we probably won't be visiting this planet properly, we will not get this information at all. So I might as well just mention it there. So that's basically what I have for most of it. I think I'm going to end it here. I think I don't really have much else to say, but I do want to. Maybe I can add things later and I can talk about it. So yeah, that's basically it. So it's straight up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pages. I will say 7 pages. Because it's still like I'll probably make it smaller, so it's like 7.5. Okay, that's quite a lot of information. Actually, I do want to mention that something about their hands. So I wanted to look at their hands because. So I want to see a hands diagram so it shows everything. So I want to find the specific part. So you know, that gives me a good thing. So you want to ask me something? Well, I'm. Hey Birdie, so by the way, you guys are in a video for this, but don't worry about it. You know the structures of their hands, right? Do you know stuff about their hands, like the biology of the hands, because he's definitely a nurse? I'm trying to figure out. Do you know like the palm of the hands, like do you know where you usually get calluses around when you lift stuff in the palm of the hands? Do you know what the proper name of that area is, or is it still the palm of the hands? Yeah, it's really. I want to find the specific term, but I can't find it. I'll say bottom. Okay, yeah. Thank you. I'll be right back. Okay, thank you. Get I think the word is calluses. Yeah, calluses. So I would say calluses. I'll make it smaller. Oh. So that's all I have to do. Roboto. Then there we go. Roboto normal as well. What the hell? Normal. So that's basically. Which this kind of is self-explanatory why it's more darker for fire and magic, because it usually burns them. Usually have they're kind of just more closer to fire. They're not completely resistant to fire. So yeah, so this is another thing I say. So they have some sort, but they're not too strong. But that's why the support is not really looked down upon, because it's used more defensively to stop themselves getting hurt. And yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, holy crap, there's a lot of information, and that's basically all I need to talk about for now. So yeah, thank you for watching. That's boring stuff. I think this is going to be like 2.5 hours. So yeah, have fun. See ya.